Hi and welcome. My name is Rich Pasini. You're watching Let's Talk eBay. Today is August 13th, 2022. Thank you for tuning in. And for those of you out there who are YouTube sellers, you may want to check out this video. And know that, like the title says, ending all my eBay listings. This is not clickbait. I'm going to actually do it live over here. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because nothing's moving. Now, some of you may go, well, if I check your sold listings, I'll see you sold a couple of things. This is really far beyond that there. The sales have been really slow, stagnating. I have some stuff listed there that has no views, a little views, zero views in some cases, not even watches on some. No, the majority have watches. Okay, let me just rephrase that. There are stuff out there that do have watches out there, and doesn't necessarily mean because they're watching going to buy. Now, I'm going to go to the eBay community chat board, and it's an open forum, so anybody can see. It's not like I'm, suppressing anything or putting stuff out there. It shouldn't. Anybody can go there to the eBay community chat board. And you could respond. You could leave there if you got a question or whatever, comment. You could leave stuff in there. It's an open platform, so it's not like something like it's confidential and say, "Ooh, we put some confidential stuff out there." No, I just want to share some information with you guys out there who are eBay sellers. I've been on eBay for 22 years. Love the platform. However, and I'm not getting into anything in particular. If you want to read in between lines, that's fine. I have noticed though that about 2 years ago, the items I had on there were selling. Okay, they would sell. I'm not saying they were flying off the shelves, but they were selling. Now I understand because you go forward 2 years forward here, and you will realize what's state of the state of affairs that we're in right now. It's not really good. And I talked to with friends and relatives who are selling on eBay, and they say the same thing because the economy and so on and so forth and yada yada yada. You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? And it's true. I've noticed a big dip in my sales as far as I'm concerned. I told you guys who follow me on this, who subscribe to my YouTube channel, that if I sold 10 or more items, which is nothing per month, it's nothing, and I am a small volume seller, there's no doubt about it. I would do an end of month sales, but I don't bother doing it because what am I going to do? Talk about if I sold 1 or 2 items for the month? I don't know. I know eBay's coming out with the full seller update, and I know there's certain changes that's coming about. I just recently got this thing here, email notification from eBay. Whoops. See what it says over here? eBay USPS. It's from eBay. USPS hazardous materials requirements in effect now. Updates to shipping lithium batteries in specific situations. USPS has announced changes to the shipping hazardous materials. These changes limit the service that can be used when shipping pre-owned, damaged, or defective electronic devices with lithium batteries. Be careful, folks. Sellers who ship these items with lithium batteries must send them via ground transportation services, and as they can no longer be sent by air transportation. Acceptable services include USPS Retail Ground or Parcel Select. USPS requires a package that contains pre-owned, damaged, or defective electronic devices containing or packaged with lithium batteries be marked restrict electronic device and surface transportation only, in addition to any other applicable markings. USPS has also published a new requirements for separation of packages containing hazardous materials, as USPS provides additional details and frequent asked questions on the recent changes we will update in our seller community. As always, thank you for selling on eBay, the shipping team. Now I understand. This is important. You don't want to ship stuff that has hazardous materials in it. I'm all for it. The thing is, for us people who do sell electronics, how are we going to know if they're lithium in there unless we start breaking up the things? I don't know. Certain things have, for example, I can't swear to it, but I think if you're selling cell phones, don't they have lithium batteries? I don't know. I didn't do the research. I had to check into it first. So, like for people who are selling those things, I guess they had to let them know. It's got lithium batteries. I think. I know. I think even certain components in computers. I don't know. I have to look into this more, and I'll if I don't forget, I'll do a video on it. But this is the notation that came out. This came out August 11th, 2022. If necessary, I'll post this up. I'll put a little screenshot at the end of it. You guys could read it for yourselves if you want. If you are an eBay seller, this does pertain to you as well. So we have to be on guard with that there. All right, going forward, yes, just like it says over here, I'm ending all my eBay listings. And I know a lot of people may say, yeah, but if they have watches, you're still going to end them? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to read why. Now, I'm going to minimize the screen to, shuffle me over a little here. And we're going to go to the eBay community. Okay. First off, let's go to this one first. I got two windows open. The last one over here is mine. Okay, that's my window. That's my listings. But we're gonna get rid of those there. Okay, let's look at this one first. Let me just we'll leave it like that for now. eBay, again, this here, if it is true, I mean, I didn't put this on the community chat board. This was done back in 2019. eBay now removes listings that don't sell after a year or more. First off, have to be honest with you. Again, I don't know how valid that is. I will say this though, as a eBay seller, if you have listings that long, either remove them. Maybe you might have a better, maybe you might make better sales if you sell it with a yard sale or garage sale, whatever, or whatever. Because to be honest with you, if you're going to have items laying around that long, listings that long on your eBay store, or whatever, or if you don't have a store, I have a store, eBay store, But anyway, then you might want to go elsewhere, try it elsewhere, or and it sounds crazy for me to say this, being an eBay seller, try Facebook Marketplace. You might have better, you might make better sales that way, or try a different platform altogether. I don't mind sharing this with you guys because that's what my YouTube channel is all about, to help inspire and share. I like to put stuff out. I like to share my own experiences with you guys. So, don't take it the wrong way how I express myself. I remember one time I was trying to sell some hats, a couple hats, dress hats, whatever. I think I sold a cowboy hat, whatever. And I had it on eBay for the longest time. Kind of be for weeks, maybe might have been close to a month on some of them. And I said, this is ridiculous. I have watches, but no takers. I put them on Poshmark. They were gone within a period of time. I mean, it didn't happen overnight, but I made better progress on Poshmark than I did with eBay. Like I said, again, I love eBay. I've been on eBay for 22 years. Top rate seller, power seller, all that. Although it has little perks to it, but it doesn't really improve sales, to be honest with you. But anyway, sometimes you got to go on other platforms to make sales. Now, again, I'm not going to expand too much on this topic here, okay? About eBay removing old listings that after a year or more. And and to be honest with you, I don't know why an eBay seller would want to keep something that long anyway. You're better off just getting rid of it altogether. Like I said, take it off, remove it, and go elsewhere. Try different platforms to get rid of it. Or if you got it for nothing, you could donate it to your local, thrift store or whatever, Salvation Army, or give it to Goodwill or whatever. I know people say, yeah, but I got that item so I can make money. Well, I'm just saying, if it's sitting there for a year, not making money. But try other platforms if necessary. Now, here's the thing I want to talk about here, because this is pertaining to what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it live, and you guys are going to see it. Okay. This one here goes ending old listings to refresh my store, and I have a starter store. If you get involved with the starter store, if you do it through a year, for the yearly, on a yearly basis, it comes to $4.95 a month. If you do it month to month, then it comes, I believe, to $7.95, and they give you 250 free listings every month, and anything over that there, let's say the insertion fees, I believe like anything additional over that, let's say you're for some reason you sell more than 250 items, any additional one I believe is 30 cents unless they change that. And versus if you don't have a store, it would be 35 cents, something along that line for insertion fees. Now, I understand that eBay does give people listings, and I heard two stories here, so if anybody can help me out with this here, I didn't do too much research on it, but I remember in the past someone said that they would give you 50 free, if you didn't have a store, 50 free listings a month, okay? And then I thought I heard they anteed it up to 100 listings a month. Now, I mean, I should have did a little more research on that, but I don't want to get too much into this here. I mean, I don't want to make a big thing over this here. But let's read a little into this here. And the reason why, and let me just explain one thing before we get more into this here. The reason why I'm going to end all these listings is, first off, I'm a small volume seller, and I recently checked that I have 250, because the new month came, August here. I got 250 free listings for this month. So, and I think I have 124 items listed, something like that. So for me to end them and refresh them again, it ain't gonna bother me. And and if I do pick up any new merchandise, which I'm not, I got more free listings I could use on there. So I'm not worried about that right now. So it goes on here, ending my listings, ending old listings. Again, this is the eBay community right over here. See over here, it says community. Well, you can't see because it's going to be blacked out, but it says it's HTTPS, of course, /community.ebay.com. You could just do a Google search and you can find it that way. So it goes on to say here, ending old listings to refresh my store. As a hi all, do you think it would be worthwhile to end some listings that have been running for 4 to 5 months and relist them? Now, in my other videos, I told people that I would, if I seen something was stagnating and wasn't doing anything, I would end the listing and relist it again. And let me explain something to you guys about this here, okay? I called up the eBay customer service rep, and either there's a lack of continuity between what goes on in corporate or when they have their staff meetings. I was told, and I verified it for myself, I think I did a video on it, where they were saying if you have a store and it does the auto relisting, good to cancel, because good to cancel is it goes on and on and on and on. That listing, if it's there for a year, it will be there a year, Excuse me. So anyway, I called up to verify it, because I'm very curious by nature, and I said to them, let me ask you a question. When the listing comes to an ending at the end of the month and eBay relists it again, does the item number change? And they said, oh no, it changes, quote unquote changes, and it goes as a new listing. Now, I had to test this out for myself, so I did it with one. I ended the listing. Try for yourselves. But before you do it, copy the item number down first before you end that listing, okay? Copy it down, the item number. That's what I did. Copy the item number down, and I ended that listing, and then when I relisted it again, voila, it had a new item number. Now, the way I understand it, when you end the listing and relist it again, it gets a new item number. Okay? That's how it worked for me. Now, however, maybe the person didn't get the memo, or maybe whatever. But all I know is I tried it and it worked. Okay, I ended the listing, copied down the title, I copied down the item number on that particular item I ended. I relisted again, and it came up with a whole new item number. And the way I understand it, when you do that, it comes in as a new listing. Now, the way I understand this to work with the eBay store, good to cancel, that when it goes back again, it just keeps the same ID number, and it's like a stagnated listing. And from what I understand, somebody did mention that with the older listings like that have been around for months, If it's like a totem pole thing here, let's say you're up here, it goes down. It'll drop to the bottom because who's looking for it? It's been around for 4 months, 3 months, 2 months. But anyway, it goes on to say here, I think they would do get better replacement in search results. But I do not. But then it goes on to say, but I do have a few of those with 10 to 12 watches, so I don't know if I want to lose that. Just looking for opinions. So then I went over here and said one accepted solution. This isn't me, by the way. And it goes on to say here, watches mean nothing, as most of them just carried over from month to month. Yes, and this is what the person's saying. This is the advice they're giving. Yes, and then relist, changing your titles and make small changes to your listings that might appeal to the buyer. I said that in my other videos. Okay. Let's read a little more into this here. Okay. Yeah, to might appeal to buyers. I have also found that raising the price brings in new interest. I heard stories like that. Person selling something really cheap, and then later on they relist it. They sell it for more. They raise the price and they sell it for a higher price. Just throwing it out there, folks. This person, I have to agree with certain things they're saying here. What's the other thing here? Let's see here. Yeah, raising the price brings new interest. Okay, so also periodically end the listings sporadically on the last day to make the revisions as this places the item in the search. Don't worry about the last minute sales or the bin, which is buy it now listings like occur with auctions. Buy it now can sell anytime during the month, and many sell right after listing. Now I have to say one thing. I have done this once before with certain, not all of them, but I did it with a lot of the ones. And when they got relisted again, I did sell similar. I did make a few sales here and there. Today, this day and age, with everything going on, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Some people might be tightening up their purse strings there, so to speak. They don't want to break open that piggy bank to buy stuff, especially if it's non-necessary things. Okay? Now, granted, if you look at the stuff I have, people say, well, it stands to reason. I'm going to show you that there. People might say, well, who's going to buy this stuff? You got everyday stuff. True, to some point, it's true. Okay? But with that set aside, let's read a little more into this here. It says buy it now with the curve with the auctions. Okay, buy it. I'm paraphrasing stuff. I'm just kind of skipping stuff around here. Buy it now, can sell anytime during the month, so on and so forth. Then it goes on to say here, let me pick up right over here where I left, where my mouse is moving. Buy it now, can sell anytime during the month. Many sell right after the list, and also do not pay attention to eBay selling suggestions. I agree, because sometimes they put suggestions out there that don't make sense half the times. But that's just me. Well, not just they don't make sense. They mean well, but it's the way it's the way they state it. You know what I'm saying? You got to give credit where credit's due. They do try to help out. I have to honestly say, as much as eBay does these changes from time to time, they do mean well. As far as I'm concerned. Now, some people may agree to disagree or beg to differ, but I've been on eBay for 22 years. Not that it makes me an eBay guru, but it is what it is. I mean, they try. Give them a little credit. Give them a little leeway there. As I said, you know what is best for you, and it's true. You do. Then it goes on. There are many times that it is necessary to wait for he, perfect buyer. I have to carry items for several years, but eventually everything sells. Now that is true. That is true. Everything eventually will sell. You ever go to a thrift store? When I go to a thrift store, my relatives go look around, because the person I hang out with is a seller, eBay seller, and we walk up and down the aisles, and you look at stuff that you pick this up and that and whatever, and he'll look at it and say, I wouldn't buy this thing here. And he'll put it down, or he'll look it up on his eBay, eBay chat. What do you call it there? The eBay selling platform thing. You can check your listings out. Say, it doesn't sell for much, but they're selling it here for what it sells. It's true. The thrift stores are doing that. Some of them. They look these things up, and then they put them on the shelves. And when you're looking at it, you're doing your search. You're doing your comps, and it's like, wow, this thing's selling for $19.99 at the thrift store. That's what they're selling for on eBay. But you can't always base it on that, because, for example, yeah, you might get something. Let's say you do pick something up in a thrift store, and it is $19.99, and you say, well, I'm looking over here in the sold listings when you're doing your comps. That's all it's sold for. But did you go through all the comps? So some people may sell them for more. In some cases, may be selling less. Some cases, you may be buying something for that price and end up selling it cheaper just to move the inventory out. Let me just get a little swig of water here. So you got to be careful with that. Whenever you're buying stuff in thrift stores or whatever, do your comps. Always check it out. Do your comparisons with that pricing. And the other thing too is another crazy thing, and I talked about this again with friends and relatives who are eBay sellers, and we'll talk about, you go to yard sales. There was a person I followed on YouTube. He had a YouTube. I don't remember his name. He did a story. He did a video story. He did a video, and on the video, he talked about how he went to a yard sale and he picked up an item. I don't know if it was some electronic camera, whatever. Tells the person to have a price on it. Can I get a price on this here? Lady goes in the house, comes out later on, about maybe a couple minutes later. Oh, this is selling on eBay for this much money. He goes, okay, that's all right. He puts it back. Back in the day, you could go to yard sales. In some cases, not saying everybody does it though. And you could get things like really super cheap. Okay? Cheaper than the thrift stores. Alright? That's changed. Everybody and their aunts and uncles are getting in on the eBay Act. I was telling a relative, I was in a thrift store a couple of weeks back, and I seen these two elderly women walking up at the thrift store because I'm there to pick stuff up to sell. And the other elderly woman tells her friend, she's looking at her phone here, she goes, oh, this is selling on eBay for this price. Now I don't want to get any pushback here. Most likely they probably have a small pensions, or they're on, have a small social security thing, and they're doing this to offset. And let me tell you something, with all kidding aside, you're going to probably see and hear more stories like that. Okay? Seriously, especially this time of the year. You're going to probably, especially what's going on now, you're probably going to see a lot more people jumping in on the bandwagon because of it. Alright? Alright. I know I'm going off not going off a tantrum, I'm just trying to get things out here. I'm not going to read too much into it. It just goes, I might read the rest of this part here. It goes on to say, right here where my mouse cursor is, there are many times it is necessary to wait for the perfect buy. I had to carry items for several years, but eventually everything sells. For example, I had an XXL cashmere sweater with deer antlers on it. With deer antlers on it, definitely only appeals to a very large man who loves deer hunting and has the funds to afford cashmere. If you have enough listings, just keep carrying the items. I try to say, do it. Let me tell you something. I had almost 500 listings on eBay before I had the store. What was costing me, because I didn't have a store and I kept carrying it over and over again? I was racking up bills there where you could pay for a small mid-sized car, at least a small. Seriously, it was ranging in the hundreds of dollars. Not hundreds of hundreds, but like $100, $100 and something dollars 1 month and the other, because I kept relisting it. And you might say, how could that be possible? Believe me, it did, because I used to get those bills. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. $80, $90, $100, this, that. It's like, holy smokes. I had one time, that's what I had to do. I had close to 500. Do you know I took about 300 off? I had to end them. And then what I did is I kept the ones I had on there that I thought were more, appealing to people. I kept those on there, and the other ones I had to push to the side. Some stuff I donated to my local church or thrift store. You got to be careful, folks, when it comes to selling certain items. And not only that, there is a glut of things. I sell 2 years ago. I was selling Farberware coffee pots, right? The little 2 to 4 cup, 2 to 12 cup, or whatever it is, 2 to 8, whatever. They have different, coffee sizes. And they would sell quick. Before the end of the month, they would sell. Keurigs, I go to the thrift store the other day. It was my relative. Hey, are you still selling cures? I said, yeah, but right now I hardly can move them. And I would leave them there. Farberware pots. The other day was as a matter of fact, it was yesterday. I went to the thrift store. I seen a Farberware pot in there. Normally I would buy it. Good price. Great price, actually. I left it. I said, my relative's like, you going to get it? I said, no, you already got one. I got the same thing online right now. It's just been sitting there. Matter of fact, I think it got 0 views on it. There's something that's not right now. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know if you guys out there experiencing stuff like this here, what I'm telling you. Let me know. I'm curious to know. Share it with us. Then it goes on to say here, I don't know if I figured out these on here. Keep the items here. Yeah, just keep and carry items. All right. Then it goes on to say, just realize that the times are difficult right now. And this is 2019. Here's my mouse cursor. You can see it up here. This is when it was posted. Back then it was 2019. But I can tell you, I don't know what that person was, but I can tell you I was doing pretty good in sales. Let's put it that way. For me, I'm speaking for myself. Just realize that times are difficult right now with eBay's constant buyer favor changes. I don't know what that is, but just hope that the hierarchy comes to their senses while the venue still is profitable. Based on the quarterly eBay report, eBay would have to continue buying back its own stock to appear looking profitable. This is a maneuver that can only work for so long. Now, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to go that route. You could check out the community chat board at your own leisure. All right. So I'm going to close this window out. And now we're going to do the live. Not that anyone's like, ooh, he's doing this great thing. No, but look what I got here. Okay. This is eBay. This is me. Okay. Now, if you look here in the watch count here, now you want to know something too, folks? Here, check this out. Check out your start dates when you're getting ready to do this here. These were all relisted June 15th because you know why? This is June 21st because I ended some of them and I relisted again. Prior to doing this here, I had stuff that was like 4 months, 5 months old. I said, this is ludicrous. This is crazy. But now, because I read what that person posted up, I was always thinking the same thing. Am I going to lose the watches? Now, if you look over here in the watch aisle right here, this item has 77322. Here's the thing. And I don't understand this, but I know people are doing their research. How much stuff are you going to watch? If it's one person, how many things are you watching? I mean, I think I sell things moderately priced. Some have buy it now. Some have best offers. Okay. Now, I noticed one thing on some of these that have the buy it now. They just stagnate. But then again, I look back and say, well, what about the ones that had the best offer? And those ain't doing anything. Now, a lot of these here, I have to say, looking at them, how many do I have here anyway? 120. I said 125, 24, whatever. I'm sorry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end all these here. I'm going to end all of these here. And I'm going to relist them. Again, here, look at this. 0 watches, 0 views, right? Yeah, this is the view file right here, views. 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now you might say, well, those are things that people are interested in. I understand. But I used to get a lot more views back in the day with these things. So here's what I'm going to do. You don't have to do it. I'm doing it because I have a starter store and I got 250 free listings. I've already checked it. So I'm not going to, in other words, if I end all these listings, I'm not going to pay additional because, I have 250 listings. I already confirmed that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not telling you guys to do it, but this is how it's going to be done. This is how it is done. I'm going to go over here to the edit field. and I'm going to select 120 because that's all I have. I got 21 watches. If people are watching my listings and it's still not cheap enough or make an offer, that's their problem. So the people who are following me, hey, what can I tell you? I'm not gonna do that there. Now let me just see something here because they changed their format around here. Let me just see one thing here. Handling, because I don't want to delete them because then I'm really up the creek without a paddle here. I'm looking for end listings here. These say remove listings. I don't want to remove them. I want to end them. I don't want. That's another thing too. You got to be careful when it comes to things of that nature. See, I don't like the way eBay did this here. To be honest with you, I don't like the way they did that setup. Let me go back over here again. Let me go over here. You gotta love them. They always got something going on in the hopper there, so to speak. All right, here's what I'm looking for. This is the window I'm looking for right here. So it says edit, actions, sell. Now, let's try this again. This is the one I'm looking for. And listings. Okay. The other one, if it removes them, I believe it deletes them altogether. Then, well, these are all going to go in the unsold file. Now, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's go over here to, not this one here, listings. Let's see. First, let's check and make sure there's nothing unsold. Okay, here's the unsold. This is all live, folks. This ain't no what do you call it there? Clickbait. It's not clickbait. This is being done live. That's a big deal. But I'm just trying to let you guys know what my intentions are to do with this here. All right. So you can see up here it says manage unsold listings. We're going to go back over here. Okay, and I got 21 watches. I don't care. Because, and the reason why I say that is because after reading what that person said, all they are is the same watches carried over from month to month. All right, now they weren't month to month. These were started in June, where we're in August. But anyway, I don't care. At this stage of the game, I'm not making any sales with this here. There's 7 watches on. You'd think by now somebody would have bought it. And you know what I also heard too. Not only the people that are supposedly quote unquote watching this or could be potential buyers. That could also be your competition out there. That's what somebody said once before in the chat rooms. They said, "Oh, don't think just because they're watching, they're your the potential buyers. Those could be that could be your competition." I didn't say it. That's what they said. It was in a chat board a while back. All right, so here we go. So we got this over here. This is what we're still in the unsold. Let's go over here again. Let me make sure. Let's go back to sell, and we're going to go over here, and we're going to click this on here. All of these window little icons will light up here. We're going to action. We're going to end. It's going to do a little spinning thing there. Are you sure you want to end these listings? Absolutely. And you can see here, it's the whole entourage in them, which is not a lot. Like I said, I'm a small volume seller. Okay, so let's go back over here. As you can see, unsold listings was empty. And we're going to end them now. Boom. It's going to take a little time. And like I said again, guys, you don't have to follow my lead. You do what you want. Okay? I'm just putting it out that this is what I'm doing. Now, let's refresh. Let's go back to eBay right to the start window here. Let's go to sell again. Let's refresh just to do it live. Okay? 0 watches, 0 sales, active listings, 0. Now we're going to go back over here. Unsold. There they are. Results and unsold 120. Now I'm looking over here, which is kind of like got me a little baffled. Let me see something here. You see this here? Let's click this on here. And it looks like if I relist it, I'm going to redo one. Let me try it again. Hold on. So I think I click it twice to bring it up. Let's see something. Okay, now we're in the unsold. I want to see something really quick here. I'm going to click this guy on first. This first one, vintage Seiko mid-century desk clock, whatever, table clock. let's click this on. And I was told by other people outside, learning throughout the years of being on here, that when you're doing it, you're going to sell similar. Okay? So let's do sell similar. And I want to see if I'm still getting those watches on here. Now I got to do this here, of course, because they want to verify that, you are who you are, which is okay. All right. Now, if you are going to do this here, make sure if you're going to do any corrections and changing categories, whatever, make sure you do it now. Okay, because this is so here it says sell similar. See here? Sell similar. All right. We're going to relist this one. And I want to see if those same, it shouldn't have it like that because it should be a whole new item number. And the watches should be 0. And views should be 0 because it's a brand new listing. Okay. Now, I'm not going to do anything. But I don't know if I should even bother doing a buy it now because, geez, if I do it any cheaper than that. Another tip I want to tell you guys is, if you're going to offer free shipping, you might not want to do best offer. Work your numbers out for the simple reason if you do best offer and you have a set price in your head, and you're doing a best offer and you're offering free shipping, it might cut your profit margin down. So work those numbers in before you do that. All right, let's see what I got over here. I could do it because I got this thing fairly cheap. And here's the thing. Now look at this here. This is interesting. Look, this is for this clock right here. Check that. You see what I'm saying here? Now look at over here. Take notice of this, guys. I'm glad it came out that way. Look, this is the average sold price. Look what I got it for. $29.99. You would think if this is the average selling price that this would have be gone. Then it has over here, and take notice of this, folks. Last 90 days, keyword same thing. See sold listings. Let's see what they sold for. 1 sold on August 3rd, 2022. Average shipping $4.99, and this is sold. See, this is sold. But that's a different. See, but here's the thing. This is why you can't get confused. See the clock? It's different. So keep that in mind. A lot of people say, "Hey, the clock sold for so much." Be careful. Okay, it's a different clock. Let's see. Let's click it on just to make sure here. Yeah, I can tell you right now it's different. Yeah, see. So you can't always go by what eBay recommends all the time or sell. So when they tell you that. So for me, and then they have active, all different clocks. See? That's up this guy. He's got to look for 15. But he's got shipping. He charges for shipping. And it's sold on October 3rd, 2020. So, they mean well, but just do your own research. I'm going to leave it at that. Or, you know what? Let's try it with the let's buy. Let's buy it. Let's do let's buy. Let buyers make an offer. Let's try that. We'll try it on this one here. We're going to leave the price the way it is. I'm not going to offer free shipping because for the simple reason is that they make a best offer. They're going to have to pay for that. I don't sell international. Always check when you're doing your listings. I uncheck it. Okay. Now we're going to list the item. Because everything else checked out. It's got everything stays the same. Unless you have to make corrections, now would be the time to do it. Everything stays the same. Okay. You can imagine sitting there saying, "Oh, the average sold price is $200. I'm going to change mine." To people, that's why you got to do your research when it comes to things like that. All right, let's check it out, and let's see what happens with those watches. And always acknowledge at the end when it says "I'm done." It's this way it redirects. Okay. Let's go back to the cell. And just as I said, 0 views and 0 watches, and no doubt this changed. Okay? This number changed. I know I didn't check it out before, but I did it. Believe me, I did it. In one of my videos, I actually show you where I changed it, where I ended it, and it got a new ID number, item number. Okay, so now you might say, okay, you're going to go through this for each and every one. I could, but I do want to get that. I do want to get it out there. So what I could do is go back here to the unsold. Oops, go back to unsold, and I could do a bulk listing. So I would go like this, and I could always change it at a later date, another time. The thing is just to get it out there. So we don't need to do this one here, so we'll uncheck this one because we already did that. But we could do all the other ones here. And we could list all these here, sell similar. Now again, you guys might beg to differ on the way I do this. I'm not encouraging you to do it. I'm just throwing it out there. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click sell similar, because I do want to get these things up. I want to try to make some sales with it. I could always do the changes up later on. So we had a total of 120. Right now it's 119. We're going to do items here. Should be sold listings. Right? It should be. Let's go. Yeah, I think I did that there. Okay, submit now. And the fees. Now this thing over here, estimated fees, would be $8. It shouldn't be, because I already looked, and it said I had 250 free listings. So I'm gonna have to call eBay up and find out what happened with that. But that's how you would do it. Okay. That's the way it should be due. Yeah, it should be done. I should say should be due. Should be due. That's the way you would do it, though, if you could do a bulk relisting. Okay. That's the way I understand it. Like I said again, I checked out my thing and I said I had 250 free listings. So I got to call eBay up and find out what's going on with that there. There should be no charge for that there, because I already ended them all and now I want to relist them. All right. But that's how you would do it, folks. Okay. Like I said again, that might not work for you, and I took a gamble on doing this. Not a gamble, actually. I think I made the right call. For the simple reason is these things have been sitting around. People are watching them and no one's buying them, and I want to refresh them to get them higher up in search. When I do find out about this here before I do that, then I'm not going to hit it, because I shouldn't be paying $8 for anything, because I supposedly get 250 free listings. They'll all get listed as new. They'll go in as new listings. Okay, and then therefore it should be higher in search. Okay, but if you're going to do that, make sure that you scrutinize that particular item or items that you're doing. If you're, like I said again, if you're going to make changes, check your title out, check your category. Do some comps on some of the stuff that you feel that's, let's say, a little higher end stuff. I mean, I got a lot of cheap stuff in here, but if you're selling higher end items, like for a couple $100 or whatever, do your research. And again, my thing is, if you're going to offer free shipping, okay, this is my take. I wouldn't use the best offer if you're going to do free shipping. Okay, because if you're going to use best offer with free shipping, again, it could affect your profit margin. Okay, if you're going to include shipping in there, like I said again, if you're going to, let's say you're going to pad it all in the price, that's different than you just, if you're going to, let's say for example, this thing here is going to sell the vintage Seiko clock here, and I have it for $29.99 with free shipping. There's no really such thing as a free shipping anyway. It's padded into the price. I don't know. I think a lot of people think that there's going to be free shipping. There's no free shipping. Someone's got to pay for the box, the packing material. I mean, come on. It's all padded in the price. If everybody did a business like that, the companies their profit margin would be so low, wouldn't even pay to be in business. You see what I'm saying? So you really got to work these out. You got to really work out your numbers before you do that there, and make sure. Because don't forget now, the free listings is one thing, but then you still got to pay their insertion fee, whatever. You still got to pay for fees. There are fees there. Okay, remember that. It's not. I know people might say, yeah, but you get to, yeah, but there are other fees and padded in with that there from eBay. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, that's all I got for you right now. I got to call up on this here. I got to find out, the story of that, because it looked like they have your cost is going to cost me $8. It shouldn't, because I said I already had verified that I have 250 free listings. So I don't know why they're doing that there. I got to check into that there. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys right now. Let me know what you think. Am I right, wrong? Let me know how you feel about it. I'm just curious to see what you got to say. Until next time, bye bye for now.